Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. A friend of mine just posted that she had just gone across the Atlantic Ocean in a sailboat. And so I thought I'd have to check in and find out what's all about. So Maggie Stoch, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hi, I'm Paul.
And
And
Paul,
this
you're
is
the
Scotty.
captain, I
Hello.
understand.
Yeah, I'm Captain Paul Holodowski, and welcome here in Martinique, where we get from Tenerife, so Canarian Islands. And after almost 18 days sailing cruise Atlantic.
Where did you start?
Tenerife.
Tenerife.
And it took 18
Canary
days.
Islands.
It took 18 days to cross the Atlantic.
17 and a half.
Yes, almost 18. Yeah.
Fantastic. And tell me about the experience. Is it thrilling? Is it scary? Is it relaxing? What is it?
For me, it's like it's my job, so it's like regular. But maybe it's better to ask them.
So I did my sailing courses last year, and Paul was our instructor. And I had to do 200 hours to do my patents in Europe. So we went to Mediterranean, and that was the second opportunity. So I pretty much jumped in last minute, 2 weeks before, and I packed myself in half an hour, and I joined. So my experience is just, let's do it. You live once. But since we had really good training courses with Paul and lots of sailing in Ontario, on Ontario Lake, I was able to be really relaxed, confident, and I enjoyed every minute. My friends told me that it's very challenging, but I don't feel it's challenging. But maybe my mindset was, it's easy, it's going to be fun. But Kami has a different story. He was ready, he was dreaming, he's been dreaming about it for the longest time, and he was so focused.
I am sailor since a couple years, but most of the time I've been sailing in our Lake Ontario. And I've been dreaming about cross the Atlantic since a couple years. And the Paul gave us opportunity to do that. So I just basically, right when he let me know it's a possibility to do that, I just jumped in on the boat, basically, and dreams comes true, right?
And we have a really great cruising, good weather. We have 3 family whales and really huge ones.
Oh my God!
On this trip, we have 3 fishes catch it, and really nice and funny time during this trip. Yeah, so it was really great.
Tell me about your boat, Paul.
Yeah, the boat is Elan Impression 50, so it's 50 feet long, so around 15 meters long. And this is a sailing yacht, like a general cruising, to use it for maybe the 12 people can sleep on a boat, maximum. But now we are sailing in 6, and also what about the so it's like a really nice sailing boat from 2018. So I bought it for one of the clients from Europe because it's much cheaper, and it's it's my work. Yeah, I'm just crazy about sailing. When I was 6 years old, I started sailing because my father was also a sailing teacher, and I'm doing everything in yachting. So sailing, taking courses, taking exams, also making the best holidays in your life.
You can buy you a boat.
Selling a boat and set up the boats, just help in each area, also surveying, so everything in yachting. Yeah, so that's why I'm here and on this really beautiful boat, Elan 50.
How many days a year are you on the water?
Most of the days. Yeah, so yeah, so this is live, but also not on the water. So I have a lot of work also at the computer. So I need only internet just to search for the clients the best boat, to speak with the clients, because this is most important at the beginning, just to focus what really needs are the clients. Yeah, so this is my job too.
And so does your boat have a website that people should go to check you out?
I have
I sent it to you.
yeah, we have tracking from this our sailing cruise, and also each information you can receive on Instagram and Facebook. My Paul Holodowski, CHO Holodowski Paul. Yeah, so also it's a lot of information about from this cruising and other stuff, and inviting for other cruising.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to take a break for some messages and get back with Paul and Maggie in just 2 minutes. Stay with us, everyone. We're talking about cruising the Atlantic, cruising the Mediterranean, cruising the Caribbean. What a life. Sounds fantastic. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. Well, this is interesting because we're chatting with a friend of mine from Mississauga, Maggie Stoch, who is coming to us from on top of a sailing boat in a harbor. Exactly where are you right now?
La Marine in Martinique,
And where is Martinique?
Caribbean.
So you're in the middle of the Caribbean and Martinique, and you're on a sailing boat,
Yes.
and you've just spent 17 and a half days crossing the Atlantic Ocean from the Mediterranean.
Yes.
What an
Exactly.
experience. And like, tell me, we've all
Mind-blowing.
seen movies of big waves and, rain and terrible times. And we've also been on sailboats where it's beautiful and sunny. Tell me what your experience was like.
So we were treated with the best of the best. It was mind blowing. Every day we had something different. You have to be very careful because we are very close. Our coordinates are 14.
Yeah,
14
15.
north and 50 to the west. So we are very close to where is the hottest of the hottest in the world. And you have to be careful with your skin because the sun is just terrible with your skin, your nails, your hair. So you have to be careful. But other than that, the weather was great. We were sailing very close to the equator. So the winds are great. It's passats. They blow towards the Caribbean. So it's easy sailing, very predictable, no hassle. We didn't have much waves. Maybe the Beaufort scale was maybe 4 the most. We saw bigger waves in the Mediterranean, but this was just easy. We saw all possible clouds. We had just one rain, but it was so beautiful, and we were treated with rainbows. Like one day we had 2 rainbows at the very end of the trip. It was just as if the nature was just
Awesome.
welcoming us to the new world after 17 days of sailing. It was just like a show. Every day something else.
Are you sailing?
Sorry, we had whales, we had dolphins. Yes.
Are you sailing day and night?
Yes, 24/7.
So is somebody up all day long?
Yeah, we have watches. Every watch is 2 hours, and it's revolving.
And Paul, tell me about how many sails you've got.
We have this is sloop, so the type of boat that we have 2 sails. So a jeep, it could be also Genoa, so bigger jeep in the front, and mainsail. But I just first time I use it 2 jibes, so 2 Genoas on the front, and it really works perfectly. So because when we sailing with a wind, it's much easier to control the boat and to get a good speed. So that solution of sailing was really nice. And my experience on this trip is really good with this solution. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Plus the boat looking so beautiful when you open 2 of the Genoas, because from the front they looks like a butterfly, because the 2 sails are away for the both sides of the boat. So that looks so beautiful for the others.
And also we put it on the tracking extra today extra pictures. So if you add the tracking, also the viewers can see how it look like our 2-jeep on the sailboat. Yeah.
Awesome. And Maggie, tell me if you could about some of the wildlife you saw. You said you saw dolphins.
Oh, we saw so much. We saw dolphins. It's one of the things that happened in a very early stage. I think it was second day, and then we continuously had dolphins. We had 3 families of whales. That was an interesting experience. And then we had lots of flying fish, you know, wahoo. We caught wahoo. We caught 2 mahi-mahi. They're so delicious. And we caught tuna. So we were very smart with shopping. We could have fresh meals every day. Potatoes, tomatoes, you know, onions, everything was fresh because that's how we planned it. And then on top of it, we had fresh fish. So it was wonderful.
Yeah, and each day we have different food, and it was really
Entertaining, yeah.
yeah. So it was nice time also on this case. Yeah.
We
So
also have a couple from France. It's 2 young people. She's 26 and Lou, and Rio is 27. They joined us on the trip, and Lou lived in New Caledonia, which is close to Australia. So they brought a lot of kind of variety of dishes that they know, which is so interesting.
Okay.
Paul, I'm going to show just a couple of pictures for a second. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about, this is Martinique, I take it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah. Also, yeah, from yesterday.
that's from yesterday when we were doing sub-winging.
And tell us a
Oh,
little.
yeah, the
Yeah,
movie
this is
guy.
that we have movie shows.
Chodź, Kamciu. Przesuń się tutaj, bo cię nie widać.
Ale i tak na razie nie widzimy.
No dobra.
This is just sleeping on board?
Yeah, yeah.
And where's this?
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
relaxing. You can't sleep there though.
This is Tenerife. This is yeah, main volcano, and this is during a trip. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Wake your experience.
So you started
Tell
in
me about your
Sicily?
experience.
This is from we're starting from Croatia, from Split, the whole trip with this boat, and through Mediterranean, Alicante. This is inside in the boat, and through Gibraltar and Canarian Islands up to this is mine. This is Ontario. This is the next pictures. They are from Ontario Lake, and yeah, and then through Canarian Islands to Caribbean now, and next plan is to go to the north through Caribbean, Miami, New York, Toronto, and Chicago. In Toronto, because we are from sailing yacht, Polish. Canadian sailing club,
White Sails.
White Sails. We have a small event opening, the season opening with this boat in June or on May. Yeah.
May?
And
at
so
the
when
end
do you
of
get
the
to
May.
when do you get
Yeah.
to Lake Ontario?
The second part of the May.
Well, you'll have to
Huh?
invite me down for a drink. I want to see the boat.
Halifax and then
No, Halifax.
No?
No. Through the New York and the canals.
Up
Yeah.
the Hudson River and the Erie Canal?
So directly to yes, through New York. Yeah, this side from the south.
Fantastic. What an
Yeah.
incredible.
Because we have 2 ways to get on the Ontario Lake.
So Paul,
So you can visit us.
I look forward to it. Please give me the invite. Paul, what motivated you to become a captain of a sailboat and spend your life on the seas?
Generally, because it's like a freedom, yeah. Because my idea is that we have 71% of the globe is covered by water, and 99% people are living on the land. So the last area before we go to the space, like a really human, like for everyone, that will be the area on the sea, on the water, yeah. And in my idea that in 10, 15 years, it will be only the one space that we can really feel freedom. And also on that kind of boat or bigger boats, it's like a house, yes, that you have everything.
Yes.
You can cook, you can live, you can just
You can
move,
live here.
you can just do what you ever you want. And with enough equipment, just you can leave it without almost anything, yeah, just to get fresh fruits from the small islands. So it's much better. And during the pandemic, it also it was much easier to live on the sea. So my idea is that to give people the knowledge about this and show how it is, because this is the really great freedom, the feelings, the view, the long view. It helps our mind to stabilize.
Yeah, and relax. Actually, this
Maggie-
is how I started sailing during COVID, because I can't stay inside.
So Maggie, what motivated you to take a couple of weeks
Oh,
off
sorry.
work and travel
Yeah.
across the Atlantic? Maggie, what was your motivation to travel across the Atlantic?
Sorry?
What was your motivation? Why did you want to travel across the Atlantic?
Could you
Can
repeat?
you repeat?
Why did you want to travel across the Atlantic?
Brian, can you repeat it?
Losing the connection.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
So I started sailing during COVID. I'm not, yes, I'm not an indoor person. I grew up in the mountains, and I've always been a part of something bigger than me. And I grew up with such forces like wind, snow, you name it. So since we don't have mountains in Ontario, I decided to do something that will enrich my life and bring me to the next level, right? Because I'm very adventurous. So during COVID, I started sailing with White Sails, a Polish-Canadian yacht club. And very early, I realized that this is so interesting. It's a lifestyle. And so I decided to delve into it. We did the courses, and all of a sudden I realized that the world is so much bigger than I think. And you can literally look from a very different perspective. So all of a sudden you learn things that you knew about it from school, but you didn't use it, right? And it was so interesting. So it became my hobby and the passion. And then all of a sudden I couldn't do anything else but this. So naturally, step by step, I was doing things that would put me out of my comfort zone, because that's one of the things that I like to do. And, you shake things up upside down, and then you grow with it, and all of a sudden all these crazy people, and they're crazy about different things, like they dive, they climb mountains, just you name it. Being on a boat is an adventure. Everything is different. There's never a dull moment. Some people told me that crossing the Atlantic is boring, but we had so much fun. Like every day there was something different. And we learned so many new things. So thanks to Paul, thank you. We really expanded our knowledge, our skills. You make friends. Like the space is so small that you hear everything, you smell everything, right? And you have to depend on each other. So during shifts, ocean's water can be kind of tiring. So sometimes you feel down and, only do it with people around you. So you build connections. We cannot afford any, agreements, disagreements, or fights on a boat because we have to, when you start from A, you have to reach point B. And every single mistake can lead to, terrible results. So it's just great. I love it.
But also it's a different side of sailing, because this sailing, it's like we have start from one place to get to the another place, but also we have a solution like most of the boats around here that sailing like from starting from here and back after 1 week or 2 weeks just come back to this place, and during this time just moving like 3, 4, 5 hours during a day and stop in a really nice bay just to snorkeling, swimming, so it's also different type of sailing. So we have a lot of types, and also in our club, Toronto club, we have last month we have cruising through North Passage. So it was like a huge adventure, because for this sailing, what I'm doing, it's like for pleasure, but some people prefer the other type of sailing, but it's not my my job. It's not my what I love it. So but so you have a lot of kinds of the sailing, you can go what you prefer, and that's
that was very adventurous. So Darek Krobiak, he's a member of our club with Darek Quiz, Bartones
from Mississauga
from
to
Mississauga,
Toronto, so the people from our society,
from our group, White Sails Yacht Club. They put together an adventure last year. It was crossing through the Northwest Passage. So I don't know if you understand, but they started in Toronto. They moved the boat to Halifax when they were ready. They packed the boat and they sailed through all the way to Alaska. The boat is in Kodiak right now. We are going to see the boat this year again, visit it, but it was so adventurous. So these guys, you have to have a team. They had a person that monitored the whole trip from Ontario, because as you know, you're dealing with glaciers and it's a very, very difficult adventure. However, they did it. They had some issues with the boat, but they managed, and they have a successful story to share with us, and they just got awarded in Poland. So it's just fantastic, and they share experiences with you. It's just second to none,
So
fascinating.
So it's this picture is from another boat that I and this is from also Caribbean. Oh, I guess I don't know if you still hear us. So it was a sailing boat, the catamaran that I bought it for one of the clients. And we sailing also on a Caribbean with Lagoon 620, so it's much bigger for 10 guests with 3 person crew, like captain, hostess, and chef. So we have like 1 week cruising. This is this boat, and this is from Tortola, so also on Caribbean. And this is British Virgin Islands. This is all Greece, in Greece Channel. But this boat is like more luxury. So the cruising is like 30,000 euro per week. But we can take 10 guests and a lot of water sports. And if you combine the sailing to, for example, 5-star resorts for family for 10 people, that it's equivalent money for it. But on the boat, you have directly everything around you, what you need. You don't have to go to the before breakfast, put just to take your place on the beach, and then you have a timing of breakfast, dinner, lunch, and if you pass the time, you lose also your food. But on the boat, it's everything for you. So this is a huge difference, and you have the space only in your group, in your family.
Very intimate.
So yeah, it's
top
much
it
different.
off, yes, to
Yeah.
top it off,
I'm sorry.
you can eat, dine, relax in the best possible way. You cannot even imagine. So I remember our Mediterranean cruise. One day in the morning we had a breakfast, and we were just passing and looking at Palermo. So as you can imagine, every place you go to, you have to take a plane, for example, right? So you end up being in a place where you have steel concrete, you have to go through customs and everything. But here everything looks different. So you approach immediately the best of the best places. As you can see, life happens at the lake, right?
Yep.
So you enter the best of the best. It's clean. You have luxury, nice boats. You have people happy because this is the environment. And then you enter. Nobody bothers you. You just have to check in with customs the next day. But it's just now we are in European Union, so it's very easy. We have French people on board, Canadians, Polish, and we never had nobody bothered us. It's so nice.
Well,
they come here, we invite them sometimes on the boat. And it's just
Paul,
and in sailing, we have really a high level of culture. Yeah.
Paul and Maggie,
Yes,
I wanted to thank you very much for sharing your story about crossing the Atlantic Ocean and the life on this with us. One of the reasons, obviously, that I wanted to connect in with you is that you had this experience. But one of the other reasons why is at this time, a lot of us are thinking about spring and rebirth, whether it's religious because of rebirth or whether it's because of spring about rebirth. A lot of us are thinking about, set plans for the future and thinking about doing something new. And I think what you've just done sounds spectacular. And so thank you for coming and inspiring me, if not other people, to think about something new to do this year and to have a rebirth. Thanks.
Just do it.
Just do it. And I also I have also a space for this cruising up to June. So you can contact through the Facebook or Instagram, the social Paul Holodowski, CHO. And it's easy also to take part in this cruising still. Yes. So you are
so Paul, before he reaches Chicago, there's stages, right? So we are in the Caribbean right now, but you can join
for a week, 2 weeks.
For a week or 2 weeks, and you become a part of it, hands-on. He will explain you everything. You spend a week on the boat, doing things, learning, and just living it hands-on. And then, it continues until he reaches Chicago. So even in Ontario, in Toronto, if somebody wants to join for a week, you're more than welcome.
Paul and Maggie, thanks so much.
And you're invited.
Appreciate it. Inspirational. We're going to take a break and come back with another story in just a minute. Stay with us, everybody.